So let's get more on the significance of this day and how well America has fared since September 11, 2001. We're joined on the news at 10 by Johanna Leblanc. She is a national security law and foreign relations legal expert joining us from Washington, D.C. Thank you for joining us on the news at 10. Well, it's been 20 years since that terrorist attack on American soil, but it appears time has not healed that wound.
Certainly not. You're talking about over 170,000 lives lost in total as a result of 9/11, and over $2 trillion have been spent. So we certainly, the American people certainly will never forget 9/11 and the impact of 9/11 on American lives. When you go to the airport, when you engage in just normal activities, how lives have changed, and also how the laws have changed here in America pertaining to some of our domestic affairs and even how we engage with the international community.
And, you know, for you, what would you say are the lessons that have been learned, not only from that attack, but from the fact that 20 years after, the world is still not exactly a safe place?
Well, first and foremost, I think it's incredibly important to kind of set the stage in terms of the legal basis for those the U.S. has detained in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, who are supposed to be responsible for 9/11. So under the Authorization for Use of Military Force Act, which was passed by the United States Congress, it gave the U.S. government the authority to detain those individuals in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, and also it gave the United States the military the authority to go after all those who are perpetrators of war crimes against the United States government. So some of the lessons that I can tell you that should have been learned throughout for the past 20 years is, one, you need an inclusive approach to fighting terrorism. So you have to include the faith communities, you have to include the government, you have to include NGOs, you have to include all sectors of society, because it is in the moments of vulnerability that terrorist groups thrive. So even in Nigeria, when you look at Boko Haram is not in Lagos or Abuja. It's in the northern region of Nigeria, where has been severely neglected by the Nigerian government. At least some claim, some will argue, right? So we have to look at our human rights and also good governance, and combine the two in order for us to truly address terrorism. And secondly, one last point I would like to make is that I think 9/11 evoked a certain level of fear in people about certain groups of people because of how they look or how they speak. And I pray that 9/11 taught us that we should not be biased due to the way people look. We need to check our implicit biases all over the world.
Well, Johanna Leblanc, it's been great hearing your thoughts on this one. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.